Welcome everyone to the gift behind the oils, which is doTERRA's beautiful, beautiful business opportunity. My name is Monica Lavella, and I'm really excited to go through this presentation with you guys today. So thank you first to just take the time and get to know a little bit more about what this business actually is and what it means to run a doTERRA business. Before I begin, I want to just talk a little bit about who I am and kind of how I got to this place that I'm in currently. So I am a platinum leader with doTERRA. I've been educating for about 3 years, but I've been using essential oils for over 10 years now. It all started when the little man on the right there, that's Avery, he was born and he had just rashes covered in him constantly whenever we would use products that were over the counter. So anything that I bought for lotion, like baby lotions, baby wash, anything like that, if someone was holding him and they were wearing perfume, he would break out. And so right from the beginning, I knew I needed to become one of those natural mamas, and I started making everything myself. Now with that, I found essential oils as a way to kind of make them smell pretty, because I wanted my baby to smell like a baby, which apparently is actually just chemicals. But I found some lavender in a health food store. It was an organic, 100% pure oil, and it smelled nice, so I started using it on him. Now, medicinally, when it came to me doing some research online after a couple years of me making all my products for him and all of the rest of us in the house, I couldn't see the benefits of using oils medicinally. Nothing I had ever worked. I tried various different oil companies, and again, nothing was really working in the way that I had hoped they would. So about at the time of this recording, about 4 years ago, my sister had started using doTERRA's oils and found an amazing difference for herself with her anxious feelings. And she asked me to try them because at the time I'd had my second born, who's on the left there, that's Cruz, and I had been suffering with some really, really severe low moods. So much so that I couldn't even get up in the morning with any positive outlook. I just was in a dark hole, a really hard place. I didn't really want to use doTERRA's oils just because I'd used oils in so many different ways from so many different companies, and I knew that they didn't work. But she insisted, and to be honest, at that point, I got to a place where I just was desperate and would use anything. So I started using doTERRA's oils, and it radically changed my health. I was homeschooling, of course, at the beginning. Now you can see there, I'm a homeschooling mom of 2 boys, and mornings were really hard. It was very hard. I found myself getting upset at my kids really easily, but I started diffusing. I started diffusing the oils. I was using Citrus Bliss a lot, Elevation, helping to uplift moods, and within a few weeks, I noticed a radical difference, and I started to feel like myself again, and I hadn't in like 4 years. Anyway, that got me started on using the oils. And I used for almost a full year before I decided it was time for me to start spreading the word about doTERRA and why this is such a magical company, and why it's the products are just so beautiful in the way that they support our bodies. And that's kind of how I got to where I am now. I've been educating for just over 3 years, and I speak at various events, educating other educators and training them on how to run their beautiful businesses. And so here I am with you today. I'm so glad that you've joined and that you can learn a little bit more about how to do this business yourself. So who are you? Maybe you are currently working full-time or part-time at a job. Maybe you're a stay-at-home mom and you're hoping to get a little bit of supplemental income. Maybe you want some cash on the side, or you're hoping to pay for your oils, or maybe you want this to be your full-time business. Maybe you're looking at doTERRA as that place for you to come to for more freedom in your life, or maybe it's to help support family members, or maybe it's to just live your dream life. Maybe you want to do this for you because you know you're meant for something so much greater, and this is the vehicle from which you can do that. So I'm going to share first a little bit about doTERRA. Now, doTERRA, the word itself, is Latin for gift of the earth, which is exactly what these plants do, right? These oils are from plants, and they are giving us a beautiful gift that works so well within our bodies. doTERRA was founded in 2008 by some healthcare and business professionals who were looking to bring to the world a product that had not been seen before, with ethics that were beyond anything that could be found currently. And they now are shipping to over 100 different countries in the world. But they started off super teeny tiny. They just start off with like, I think 25 oils and 10 blends as this company in 2008. And within just a few years, they became the largest essential oil company in the world. And it's not for nothing. It does not, you don't become the biggest essential oil company in the world because you don't have a good product, right? Like, they are that way because their product is like nothing else on the market. And you'll see now, people everywhere are now selling essential oils. Every single company wants to sell essential oils. And why is that? It's because they've seen such a huge success with doTERRA. But nothing can compare to doTERRA's. And we're going to talk a little bit about that in a little bit. However, they're now the largest essential oil company in the world. They have a retention rate of 65%. That's huge. That means that 65% of the customers will come back to purchase more oils. So they want to get more oils in their homes or more of doTERRA's products, 65% of people. The average retention rate for similar industries is about 10 to 15%, right? So that's crazy. That's huge. Now, another part of doTERRA, which is so incredible, is they ethically and sustainably are sourcing from 46 growing partners. Now, you'll see I've put partners in bold because they don't own the farms. doTERRA goes in and they partner with various farmers in different countries around the world. I'll give you an example. In Haiti, we source an oil called vetiver. And vetiver is sourced through various different farmers that are in sort of a co-op situation together. So doTERRA doesn't come in and take, a ownership of the farms. They want to lift the economy within every country that they're working in. And so in Haiti, one of the stories that I remember hearing that really touched me so much is that one of this group of this co-op of builders that doTERRA partnered with, one of the things that they needed just in their villages was fresh water, because people were walking for hours a day just to get fresh water. And part of what doTERRA does is they go in there and they want to help these communities. And so they built a well for people within that village. So the farmers, their families, they built this well for them, their whole community, so that they would have access to water. And there's a video about this, and it gives me goosebumps actually just talking about it. But you'll see these people went and found empty water bottles. They found empty containers. They were lining up forever to line up and get this water from this fresh well once it was ready to go, because they actually thought it was just there for one day. They didn't realize this was something that doTERRA was bringing to them forever. So what a beautiful thing to be able to bring and to be able to be a part of. Even just as a wellness advocate, we know that the oils that we're buying, it's not just, this bottle is not just for our health, but it's the health and the wellness of people and communities and countries around the world that we are helping just by helping ourselves. It's such a beautiful business. You'll see also here, there's 96% exclusivity. So that means that where we are sourcing from, where doTERRA is sourcing from, they have 96% exclusivity. That means those farmers do not give their oils or do not sell their oils to any other company. And that whole area that doTERRA is in, 96% of it is exclusive to us. No other oil companies or no other third-party companies can come in and source where we are sourcing from. So it's very, very protected. Now, doTERRA is more than just oils. right? We've got lots of different products from skincare, and there's a whole spa collection. They've got a kids collection. They have cleaning products. There's a whole host of other things. Supplements, that's the biggest one. There's supplements, right? It's more than just oils, but the oils are infused into all these products that we would use on the daily. So why not? We have our beautiful memberships. Why not use our memberships to buy the things that we would normally buy? But now we're going toxic free. And that's what we can share with our customers too, right? When they're bringing the oils in to support the health and wellness of their bodies, they can slowly start the journey of replacing the things in their home that don't serve their bodies to its highest capacity. doTERRA also has a scientific advisory board. And what this means is that they have scientists on this board who advise them in the various directions they should look into or should go, or how to use the oils properly. They advise on blends. So what blends will combine to create the best response within our bodies. There's so much that goes into the science behind doTERRA, and I believe there's 70 or so different scientists on this board that are advising doTERRA on the ways that the oils are helping to support us and providing that research and doing that research to make sure that we've got the best of the best oils. Now, the Veterinarian Advisory Board, at the time of this recording, it should be extremely soon, if not just launching their Veterinary Advisory Board, but these vets are advising on everything to do with pets, because it's true, pets can use oils as well. How awesome is that? We can use them on our pets. We just have to be very cautious. We have to dilute them, and there are certain oils that our animals aren't able to process properly. So it's important for us to know that information, and doTERRA understood that, and that's why they brought in a highly reputable team of vets that will come in and now advise on the usage of the oils with animals. doTERRA is trusted by over 110 medical partners. So they have worked together with various hospitals. You'll have heard of Vanderbilt University, Johns Hopkins University and Research Center, Roseman Institute. There's so many medical partners out there that are working with doTERRA and trust doTERRA and are bringing their oils even into their clinics, research facilities, and hospitals. doTERRA is also completely debt-free. In fact, they are the fastest billion-dollar company, which is amazing. How cool is that, to be a part of such a successful company? Now, what is an essential oil exactly? Maybe some of you have not attended a class yet on essential oils, and maybe you're not quite sure even what oils are and how they work on our bodies. So I'm just going to share a little bit about that first. In this photo, you'll see on the left a picture of a peppermint plant, and on the right, you'll see it's magnified and those little white sacs. That is the essential oil sac. Essential oils are considered to be volatile aromatic compounds. That sounds a little terrifying when you hear the word volatile. We instantly think something bad, right? But volatile just means that it goes from a liquid, the liquid is the oil, to a gas, remember science class, very quickly. So it goes from a liquid to a gas very quickly. It's volatile. It's aromatic because it has an aroma to it, right? So, and it's compound, obviously. So a volatile aromatic compound. Now, one thing that is important because it is volatile is if you leave your cap off of your bottle, you'll be able to smell it, but it's also starting to evaporate. So if you left this cap off, that'd be gone, that bottle, in a couple of days because it will disappear, right? So we want to make sure we keep our oil caps on because they are very volatile. So they evaporate quite quickly. Now, how does an essential oil work exactly? Or how fast does it work? So how it works is we can apply them topically, we can use it aromatically, so smelling it or putting it in a diffuser, or we can use doTERRA's, can actually be taken internally. Most of doTERRA's oils are safe for internal use, which is amazing because we can use them within our bodies to really help support our various functions. Now, when you are using your oils, it takes 22 seconds for the molecules to reach the brain. So if you're inhaling, deep inhale, it takes about 22 seconds for that message Think of lavender, it's calming, right? So the message of calming to reach your brain. It takes 2 minutes before it can be found in the bloodstream when we're applying it, right? Internally on our bodies. And it takes about 20 minutes for that oil to affect every cell in the body that needs that oil. So that is accepting of that oil. So for example, if you have a digestive issue that you are trying to look to support and you're using an oil to support your digestive system, it will affect every part of that system within 20 minutes. So fun, right? Love it. So the oils are really working on our bodies the way that they work in plants. Now, why do people keep coming back to doTERRA? As I mentioned, there's a 65% retention rate, right? So I spoke to a few of these already, but doTERRA solves hundreds of problems for the average household. It is the only company of its kind. So you'll see serenity and passion in that one picture, the person's holding that. She's gonna take a bath and she's gonna use her serenity and passion because they're gonna calm her right down and help to just evoke passionate feelings, whether it's, you know, you're feeling a little, I don't wanna use the word lazy, but maybe you're feeling unpassionate. Maybe your work isn't as much as you'd want it to be. Maybe you're looking to just to up your passion about something, about life even. You know, that oil is amazing. You put that in a bath. You know, teaching our customers how to use them on a daily basis. You'll see the person's holding peppermint there. Maybe she's supporting some type of a digestive issue that is attending her in that moment, as I see a toilet in the background. And then you'll see the supplements, which are incredibly supportive of every system in our body. It keeps our cells happy. It gives us energy and supports so many various systems, and they're infused with the oils. So people keep coming back to those supplements. They are game changing. Those are some of the first things that I get people to use once they've got their oils, is to get the supplements. We often don't have any idea that we're needing them until we've been on them, and then we start seeing those results. And then on the right, you'll see a picture of doTERRA On Guard laundry detergent. So we have all the cleaning stuff for everything that I mentioned before. We can replace everything with doTERRA's products, and they're infused with the oils, and they're keeping us healthy, and they're keeping our houses clean of toxins and well supportive. So that is why people keep coming back, because once you've got these oils, you are not going to stop using them. You're just not. Now, doTERRA's co-impact sourcing and CPTG. Now, I mentioned earlier the story of Haiti, and that is a part of their co-impact sourcing. When they go into a community, especially these developing nations, where we're partnering with these people to get the oils, we are then impacting them as well. We're impacting their communities. You'll see here, this is women from Nepal on the left. They're carrying wintergreen on their backs. And you can see it's vigorous work, but they are so well supported by doTERRA. And when doTERRA comes in and creates these co-impact sourcing contracts, they are giving them contracts for like 10 years, and they're paying them above fair wages. You won't see anything like that in any other essential oil industry, because typically what happens is third parties will go looking for the oils on behalf of oil companies, and they'll go in and they will find the cheapest possible way to get the oils. Now, you can imagine if these third parties are going in and they are getting oils for the very cheapest way possible, you're not getting a great quality, right? And so that's why doTERRA is so intent on creating these co-impact sourcing partnerships, making sure that they're educating their farmers on how to grow the best crops and how to create the best practices so that they're able to have everything that they need within their oils. And that's where CPTG also comes in. So CPTG is called Certified Pure Therapeutic or Tested Grade. You want to go inside? Oh my gosh. And what that means is doTERRA has actually created a way to certify all of their oils. So they have 7 different tests that they do. Not just 1 or 2, they have 7. These 7 tests ensure that there is no impurities, which means there's no heavy metals, no herbicides, no pesticides, you guys, because we are taking these internally. You will not find that anywhere else, where you can actually pull up as well. They show you the tests. You can pull up these tests that will certify that they have complete pure oils, because you can buy 100% pure oils anywhere, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they are free of impurities, right? Like an 100% pure oil can mean that they were sourced anywhere, or maybe the oil was starting to go rancid. It can still be 100%, but it's certainly not going to do its job on your body, right? Like there's so much that goes into this. So no herbicides, no pesticides, no heavy metals. They also test for purity to ensure that there's nothing impure about that oil, to make sure that it is at the highest possible quality. If it does not reach that standard, doTERRA does not accept that oil, and it will be sold off to a company who accepts it. Okay, so they're very strong in that. They're also testing for purity, for potency. Again, potency, we want it to be as strong as it can possibly be. That is the reason why you only need 1 drop of doTERRA's oil. You do not need to be using 5, 10, or 15 drops per dose, right? You just need 1, because they are so potent, so potent. And again, you can check on that test by just going to sourcetoyou.com, and then you look at the lot number on the bottom of your bottle, and you can pull up those tests. They're very transparent. That means our customers can go in and they can check their bottles for purity, for potency, for no herbicides, no pesticides, or anything like that. All we want is a pure oil, and doTERRA certifies that. And the testers that they use are not their own. That's another key important thing to know. They're using third-party testers that also test for other essential oil companies, right? So these testers are third-party. It's not doTERRA doing its own tests. It's these third-party testers doing these 7 tests. And again, if they do not pass, doTERRA won't accept them. And we've seen that happen before in the past, for sure. And so if there is an issue with an oil and they say, you know what, we can't take this batch, it's sold off to somebody else, the farmers will always get paid what they have in their contract. And if there's an issue with the growing circumstances, then doTERRA is going to go in there and educate further for the farmers to know exactly what they need to do to ensure that purity and that potency, right? So it's so incredible what doTERRA has done to create this co-impact sourcing and their CPTG standards. It's like nothing you can find anywhere else. Now there's 3 pathways within doTERRA. There's living, which is for our customers. They are just living the oils. They're using the oils in their everyday life. Then there are people who share the oils, perhaps with family and friends. That might just be for people who are looking to dabble a little bit. They want to, teach a class here and there, or share the oils with their friends. Maybe add, a little bit of extra income or pay for their oils. That's people who are sharing. But people who are building are those who are looking to really create an income from this business. They are looking for self-development, and they're looking for someone to mentor them through this process, and to be within a big community of others who are looking for that same thing. So there's living, there's sharing, and there's building. Each person who joins doTERRA gets to pick which pathway is best for them. What do you want to create now that you know this information? So you're coming to this, you're looking at this as a possible business opportunity, right? Like, do you want to create this as a business? Well, this is what it can look like. Number 1, you share your oils. Then number 2, you enroll your customers and other people who want to build a business with you, because you're bound to find those people, because as people use their oils, they love them and they want to do the same thing as you. So you're going to launch people who want to do that same thing. And you get to choose your own pace, which is something that I love so much, because my sister, who started me in doTERRA, she was just like all in, like go, go, go. Whereas I was wanting to take things a little bit slower. So I was looking to, to just go slower, because, I am a homeschooling mom. So my boys came first, and I wanted to really focus on my business and my children together equally in balance. And she was able to do it because she hadn't had a child yet. She was able to focus it more full time. So you can really go at your own pace, which is amazing. There's no pressure. You get to choose your own retirement plan, as we call it. And usually that looks like between 2 to 5 years based on what your pace is that you want to go. So at the bottom here, you're going to see if your goal is to hit, elite to premier, which can happen between 3 to 6 months, this is what you're looking at. So you would be able to pay for your product within that time. And that's kind of if that's what your goal is, right? So your needed investment is 3 to 5 hours a week. You want to personally enroll a few people every single month. So you're teaching a couple of classes, right? And then that elite to premier income is typically on average about 300 to 700 typically. And again, that can fluctuate. That can go higher for sure. It can also be lower. It just depends on how many classes you're teaching and people that you're enrolling. That's important to look at, right? So these averages are averages because it just is dependent on the work that you want to put into it. So over to the right-hand side on the top, you'll see to supplement your income. So that's looking at premier to gold income, and that's going to really supplement what you might already be bringing in, or maybe you're at home right now and you're looking for just a little something extra. Now, your needed investment for this goal would be about 10 to 15 hours a week. Breaking it down, that's 2 hours a day, right? It's not that crazy. So premier to gold is between $7,000 to about $4,000 or $5,000 per month that you would be creating. And again, these are averages and they're based on your customer base. It's based on how much you put into your business. So the goal would be to hit elite in 1 to 2 months, to hit silver in 6 to 9 months, and to hit gold in 1 to 2 years. And I'm going to be talking a bit about what those ranks mean in a minute. That typically would also be enrolling about 4 customers and 1 builder every single month. That kind of breaks it down for you so that you can see that, right? So that gives you a better idea of what that would look like and how you can get to that $5,000-ish a month within 1 to 2 years. Now, if you're looking to completely replace your income and looking to really bring forth the idea of financial abundance, then gold to diamond, which can happen between 1 to 3 years, is about $5,000 to about $16,000, $17,000 a month. Then you'd be looking at, over those 1 to 3 years, you're looking at an investment of 15 to 30 hours a week. And you're looking to enroll about 8 customers a month and about 2 builders every month as well. And again, that is to replace your whole income. Full financial freedom really comes beyond gold as well, beyond diamond, so beyond that $16,000 a month. I'm going to show you what that means right here. So you'll see, here's the compensation plan. doTERRA ranks start when you first begin at manager, it's called, and then you get into director, and then you become executive. So here it's showing the executive average income. And again, you can hit executive in a month easily if you just are starting your business and you've got a couple classes in the books. You can hit executive for sure. So that average income would be about $200 a month. The average timeline to get to executive is about 3 months to get to that average income. Now, elite is considered the true first big rank of doTERRA, and that's looking at between $300 to $800 a month. And it takes about, I'd say, 3 to 6 months. I've definitely seen it done in 1 month as well. Again, it's just how much you are wanting to put into your business. Now, silver is approximately $1,300 a month is what you would, on average, receive as a silver leader. And typically, it takes about 13 months to hit that rank. For me, that was pretty much bang on. I hit silver in exactly a year from when I had first started to build the business. And then gold is approximately $3,000 on average. And it says here the timeline is 14.5 months. I hit gold exactly a year after I hit silver. So I did it in 2 years is how long it took me to hit gold. Platinum average income is $6,000 a month. That is currently where I am. And the average timeline for that, it says, is 23 months. So it took me exactly 3 years. I decided to hit. I go on a year-to-year basis, and you're going to see why in just a moment. But other people, like my sister, she hit diamond in 2 years, which you'll see next. The average timeline is 23 months. So she did that in 24 months. And the average income is $12,000. And again, that's average, right? So when you're first hitting that rank, you may not be at the 12,000 because you're just starting off as a new diamond or a new platinum or a new gold. But over time, as you continue to grow your business at that rank, that's going to be the average income. And then there's blue and presidential diamond. Those are the top ranks of doTERRA. And the average income is between $35,000 to about $90,000 a month. And the average timeline for that is between 31 to 37 months in doTERRA. Again, beautiful, beautiful opportunities here for us. And the key that I always tell everyone is you can get to whatever rank you want to get to as long as you do not quit doing the daily tasks, doing the daily things we need to do, or just not quitting at all, right? Just continue to educate and you will absolutely get there. Now we get paid 3 different ways in doTERRA. The compensation plan gives us fast start commissions, which means once we've enrolled someone and we've helped them to bring the oils into their homes, we get paid for that. Then we have long-term residual income, which we get paid on a monthly basis. So that adds to our fast start commissions. And then we have something called a power of 3 bonus. So when you are helping to bring others this business and others are starting the business, that is where you're going to get your power of 3 bonuses of $50, $250, and $1,500. So it will naturally fall into place as you are growing your business and helping others who also want to do the same. Now here's the 10-year plan, and this is what I love, and I've truly kind of followed this myself. So in my first year, I hit silver, but this breaks it down as a 10-year plan. So if you were to start today and you wanted to hit executive, which if you remember correctly, it was just 3 months it showed to hit executive, but many people do this in 1 month or 2 months. That annual income, so that means every year you're making about $1,000. Doesn't seem like a lot, does it? I'll tell you, my first paycheck with doTERRA, I received $1.08. It was so small that I didn't even get the check for it because it was more money to write the check out for me to get that $1.08 than it was for me to actually get it. So my first physical check was about $22. Now that to me, because I know what this income can do and I know where this can go, to me, that was great. I knew I had helped somebody. I changed somebody's life by bringing them these oils. And that's all I knew I needed to do. And I knew, and I kept going. Now, if you are working in a job right now, year 1, your annual income could be $51,000. That's way better than your $1,000 from doTERRA, right? Totally. Now, stick with me for a minute because we're going into year 2 now. Now you're upping it a little bit. Maybe you've hit elite in your 2nd year. Remember, this is only if you did 1 rank a year, which that will never happen because you'll be able to hit elite easily. Like I said, I've grown an elite team in just 1 month. So you can do this in less than 2 years for sure if you want to hit elite, but let's say that was what you wanted. Your annual income is looking at $3,000 versus at a corporate job, you're at $53,000 now because you got a bit of a raise. Year 3 with doTERRA, you're looking at Premier, which is an average of $7,200 in a year. Your year 3 in a business, you got another raise, $55,000. Now we're looking into year 4. So perhaps you've hit silver in 4 years. In 4 years, my goal is diamond. However, maybe people are going slower and that's totally cool too. Silver rank is $24,000. In your typical job, you're looking at $56,000 after your 4th year. In year 5 with doTERRA, gold, which is about $60,000. Year 5 in a regular job, you're looking at $58,000. Uh-oh, suddenly doTERRA is looking a little bit higher, isn't it? That's after 5 years if you only hit 1 rank a year. Only hit 1 rank a year. Okay, year 6, looking at platinum, $96,000. Year 6 in a regular job, you're still sitting at that 60, which is what you would have had the year before with doTERRA at a gold rank. Year 7 in doTERRA, hitting diamond, $180,000 is the typical annual income. And year 7 in a corporate job would be about $62,000 if you're continuing to get that raise. Year 8, you'll see is blue diamond, or sorry, $420,000. Year 8 in a corporate job, 63,000. Year 9, you're looking at over $1 million at Presidential Diamond, and year 9 in a corporate job, you're at 65,000. So you can see the difference if you can give yourself some time. This is not a race. This is a marathon. If you're looking at it as a race, it's not a sprint. It's a marathon, right? So we want to do this over time, and we can take our time to do this business. There's no rush. There's billions of people in this world who are looking for a better way, and this is their better way, and you can be that person to bring it to them. Now, you have that entrepreneurial spirit, because here's the difference between a typical business startup versus a doTERRA business startup. If you were looking to start a business, let's say you wanted to start a brick and mortar store, you're looking at an investment of a minimum of $60,000. I know people who have started or who own a yoga studio, and they pay about $35,000 a month just in their monthly fees. So not even to get started. To get started, you're looking at $60,000. Then monthly, you're looking at $35,000 to start, something like that. So you have thousands of dollars in overhead costs and years of financial equity in order to just break even. Okay, versus doTERRA's business startup. You start with a kit. Or maybe you started with a membership for $42. Or you start with a kit that can range anywhere from, a couple $100 to up to $3,000. That's your initial startup costs. After that, your monthly investment is approximately $150. That's it, $150. You're not needing to spend thousands of dollars on a brick and mortar store. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars on product. You're not keeping product. You're using the product for yourself, but you're not keeping it and selling it to people. They're doing it all through doTERRA because they're going in and they're getting themselves their own account and they're buying their oils, right? So you don't have to hold stock in anything. You just have to be making that monthly investment of $150, which is your loyalty rewards program. And if you aren't familiar with that, you can totally send me a message. I'm happy to explain it to you, or you can check with the person who sent you this video and they'll explain the LRP. But that monthly investment of $150, sometimes I look closer to about $200 because sometimes we want to buy some extra tools for our business. Maybe we want to get some roller bottles or spray bottles for a special class we want to teach. So $200 max for your business every single month. How amazing is that? And then your years of sweat equity to create financial wealth and residual income. If you're not familiar with residual income, that means that money is coming residually every single month, whether you are doing the work or not. And that comes long term. So imagine you've built your business over 10 years and you've become a Presidential Diamond and you have thousands of customers within your organization whose lives have been changed because of the work that you started today. How beautiful is that? And monthly, you are getting this income of thousands of dollars because of the work that you've poured into over the next few years. It's so incredible. And that is a retirement fund in itself, right? You can't do that with any other type of business. It's so amazing. Now, how do I get started? You might be asking yourself. So number one is you're going to connect with the person who's introduced you to your oils. So if that's me, I want you to connect with me. If that's somebody else, you connect with them. Then they're going to help you to set up your loyalty rewards if you've not done so already. And then they will help you to upgrade to wellness advocate status. They will tell you exactly what to do in order to do that, okay? So that's all you have to do to start your business. And then you are ready. There are so many resources out there that doTERRA offers, and the person who you connected with who are now going to be your mentors through this, they will help bring you everything that you need to know in running your own doTERRA business. I want you to ask yourself this as I close up. I love this quote so much. Can you live your life for 5 years like most people won't, so you can live the rest of your life like most people can't? Think of that for a minute. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any questions, be sure to reach out. peaceloveandpeppermint@gmail.com. All right, I'll talk soon. Bye.